Today we're going to be taking a look at the Schecter Damien Platinum 8 and why I chose it over other 8 strings on the market. So this one has a Rosewood fingerboard, 3-piece maple neck, Mahogany body, EMG active 808 pickups, fixed bridge, and strings through the body. So it has nice sustain. But what makes this one special is a 28-inch scale length. So if you want your 2 low strings to be have enough tension to be functional and playable, you want to look for a higher scale length. Unless you want high A tuning. If you want high A tuning, then stick with a 26.5-inch scale length. But let's compare this to, this is $649. On the lower end, we've got the Schecter OMEN 8, which has a basswood body. It has Schecter stock active pickups, which I hear sound terrible. And it's basically all the same. It's got a 26.5-inch scale. There's another one for the same price called the Damien Elite 8, which is the same exact thing as this, but it has 26.5-inch scale. There's an Ibanez RG8, which is a little cheaper than this, and it has a 27-inch scale, basswood body, and stock Ibanez pickups, which are active, which I hear sound really bad. And the next one up from this is the Schecter Blackjack C8, which has a offset dot inlays, a little bit more professional than these bats, which kind of were tacky to me, but they grew on me. Ebony fingerboard on the Blackjack, and Duncan blackouts for pickups. And also the Blackjack also has 28-inch scale. So all these active pickups sound like shit to me anyway. I'm just gonna throw bare knuckle passives on there. So I really didn't care about the pickups. And I chose this one because of the scale length, particularly because the whole guitar intonates better. These 2 strings, I haven't had a problem with them staying in tune or anything. The guitar came with 9 to 80-inch 80 gauge strings, so I kept the 9 to 46 on the bottom end on the 6th string, and then I put a 64 and a 74 on the bottom, and that seems to work well. Even down to drop E, this guitar plays drop E fine. If you want to go any lower than drop E, well, you should be playing guitar in the first place, really. So you could even probably put a 60 and a 70 gauge on here, and you'd be fine. Don't use a bass string, and don't use a bass amp. It's a guitar. Use a guitar amp. The pickups, they're good for alternate picking. Alternate picking is going to sound good on any active pickup just because of the consistent output. The cleans are a little bit sterile sounding. The cleans aren't bad. The bridge, I don't like the bridge. It's too muddy. There's not a lot of palm muting dynamics, because it's too high of an output. All the notes just kind of mush together. And I'll probably demo the sound of these later, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of the EMGs. If anyone wants to buy them, send me a message. But yeah, it's a beautiful guitar. I was gonna get a custom Agile, but I figured $500 more, you're gonna get the same amount of playability. You know, why bother? But the neck actually isn't bad. It's wide, but it's thin. It's really actually comfortable to play, and a lot of the higher lead work is really nice because I have these kind of fat chode golem fingers, and up here with more spacing, it's more comfortable to play. And chords aren't impossible. Chords aren't really that much more difficult. Yeah, I love this thing. Let's see. And I guess the coolest thing about this is playing it and then going back to a 6-string because it just changes your view of chord structures. And once you pick up a 6-string again, it's just like this fucking puny little thing in your hands that you just feel like it's just nothing. I mean, it's a really cool, neat feeling. But yeah, these aren't just for degent fanboys. You can do a lot of cool things with this musically. You can play a lot of neat chords, or you can do B, E, A, D, G, B, E, A and have a high A, which you can really do some neat shit with. I haven't tried that on this. This might not work. A high A tuning probably won't work on a 28-inch scale, but if you want high A tuning, look for a 26.5-inch scale and use a .007 string gauge for your high A. So yeah, this has been my little debut of the Platinum 8 from Schecter. It's a great guitar, and if you want to get into extended range instruments, I recommend this one as the overall best value for the price. And yeah, that's the Damien Platinum 8.